1996, a coming-of-age story in one night for Sweeney was shattered in his first defense by John McChesney, and there may be a lot more shattered in this matchup.
The crowd squarely behind Larry Sweeney. John McChesney doesn't seem to like it. McChesney's also no stranger to cage matches. A couple of years ago, I believe he faced
none other than the Fallen Angel
Christopher Daniels.
And that was one of the most breathtaking moments in IWC history for a blood-soaked John McChesney to climb to the top of that cage and dive off the top so gracefully with the crossbody on Christopher Daniels, who we should mention was the TNA X Division champion at the time, and for McChesney to pin Daniels at that time was really a huge, huge stepping stone. It cemented his status as a big player in this company.
That was a match McChesney wasn't even supposed to be in. He saw an opportunity, he took it, and that's really that was probably the moment that made fabulous John McChesney right there and turned him into the superstar he is today.
The coming of age of John McChesney, the superstar, started at Super Indy 4 with his match with Low Key. It was reinforced and cemented with a steel cage match.
That might be
no doubt about that. And McChesney's beaten a lot of other high-profile stars along the way. And McChesney doesn't want any part of Larry Sweeney right now manipulating our cameraman around. Much like we saw last night, McChesney running from Low Key. That only served to delay the inevitable. Low Key won the series. It's 2-1-2 now. Advantage Low Key in Key versus McChesney. McChesney hopes to reverse that momentum here tonight against Larry Sweeney, but Sweeney is coming off on all cylinders here because he's wanted this one-on-one match for 5 months now and counting, and it seems like the cage isn't even enough to contain these athletes.
They haven't even stepped foot in it. I mean, the match is not officially underway until they get in that ring together.
McChesney almost became the first one to taste the steel, but he starts battling back. And this, much like all three of our cage matches tonight, are going to be very ugly brawls. There's a lot of personal animosity that exists in all three of these remaining main events, this triple main event here at A Call to Arms, and controlled chaos is the theme, but our two referees out here have not been able to control this chaos thus far.
Yep. So what happens if they never get in the cage? Wait a minute. Is McChesney? I think that's the wrong way. Is McChesney going to climb over the top in order to get in? Well, I guess that's one way.
Well, Larry Sweeney going to give chase here.
There's the bell right there.
Sweeney did it the easy way through the door.
I said that was smart. It didn't quite work, but did you notice that? McChesney climbs over one end, waits for the bell to ring, and immediately sprints up the other end. He's not. Unlike Larry Sweeney, there's no revenge for McChesney here. He's not trying to hurt Larry Sweeney. As much as he doesn't like him, McChesney's trying to protect his Super Indy title. Probably the only thing in life he actually cares about, if you've been paying attention these last couple of years.
Oh, very well true. And Sweeney with rights and lefts all over McChesney, winds him up and drives it down. And McChesney is out on his feet already. Not the way the champion wanted to get out of the blocks here as Sweeney measures him with the elbow. And Larry Sweeney savoring and enjoying this moment so much, he knows there's no way for outside involvement in this match.
Now you notice Larry Sweeney didn't immediately start going. Again, McChesney for the fence again, trying to get Larry Sweeney wants to win this match. He wants to be Super Indy champion. But this is about more than a belt for Larry Sweeney. He's looking for revenge.
No doubt about that. McChesney once again trying to escape over the top. And Sweeney goes head first into the cage. I believe Sweeney's the first one to eat the steel so far, and that's going to give McChesney a huge advantage in this matchup. And Sweeney sent in again head first.
Tied up in the ropes.
And you could see the fall was almost as bad.
See, as a wrestler, you're used to going into those ropes and immediately rebounding off of them. The ropes don't feel good when you hit them, but they do allow you a certain bit of protection. When you put a cage around that, that's just gone. That's just steel. Sweeney's hurting already.
Oh, Sweeney's in big-time trouble. McChesney has been able to be the first one of this match to use the cage as an offensive weapon. And Sweeney,
and again,
for the third time, I believe, taste the steel.
I think it's 4. I'm not even sure, but 1 minute ago, Sweeney had a lot of spring in his step. He was almost being cocky. He was enjoying taking a cheese grater right there against
God. Just grinding the face and head across the cage. Has Sweeney been lacerated?
It looks like that looks like his hair's not red. He's a blonde.
Well, it looks like Sweeney has been busted open, and that blood loss is certainly going to have a debilitating effect on Mr. Sweeney as this match progresses. And McChesney expertly using that cage to his advantage, and Sweeney trying to battle back. Remember, in the original Super Indy Championship matchup this past July, when Sweeney was busted open, when Dennis Gregory hit a gusher, and you notice that Sweeney hit that cage so hard, some of the supports from the cage actually flew off.
That's right, which is dangerous in and of itself.
Very true. But Sweeney fought through that matchup, fought through the blood loss, and fought through the pain, but he just grew weaker and weaker until finally he was totally susceptible to the fabulous John McChesney. And that may be what we're seeing right now, as Sweeney is already near motionless. Look at that.
Sweeney's a bloody mess. McChesney just took his belt.
A leather belt, wrapping it around his fist. And you gotta believe he'd be using that metal buckle on the belt as an offensive weapon as well to further tear away at the flesh of Larry Sweeney.
Yeah, oh, geez, look. Sweeney's got 2 problems here. He's got 2 problems. First off, he's losing blood. That's never good. You're going to get tired easier. You're not going to be able to catch your breath. You're going to get weakened. And second, that very blood is falling down in his eyes. You're going to be blinded. How do you fight through this?
And Sweeney is no doubt growing frustrated as well. You saw him pounding the mat a moment ago. But right now, McChesney has tied Sweeney to the cage. Sweeney is virtually being hanged here from the cage. No way to get out here.
I think it just gave away. The belt just gave way eventually.
Thankfully, McChesney did not tie it too tightly, but still the damage was done. And John McChesney still pressing the advantage on Larry Sweeney. And it may be a matter of time at this point. Northern Lights, this could be all here. Pinfall will win it. No. It may be a matter of time before Larry Sweeney starts to slowly fade away into unconsciousness, pass out from this blood loss.
He's been having trouble standing for a good 2 minutes now. To be busted open that early is very unfortunate. You see these cage matches get very brutal, but rarely does one start out this brutal.
God.
Just tearing away at him.
No way for Sweeney to stop it. Does not even have the energy to defend himself at this point. McChesney is taking liberties with his challenger. Sweeney with a block. Sweet and sour fires back.
He tries, but then thumb to the eye. Again, probably not affecting him much yet, but just a little bit off his game. And that's enough for somebody with as talented as John McChesney.
As if the blood loss wasn't bad enough. The poke in the eye. McChesney hits the steel. McChesney drove all of his weight and momentum, attempted to into Sweeney, but the sidestep allowed McChesney's whole body to eat the steel. And check out Sweeney here. Do we have a second life?
Yeah, maybe just enough. Bought himself just enough time to get back into this.
Face first into the cage.
Fabulous one getting a little taste of his own medicine, it looks like.
A second time. And Sweeney's got the leather belt.
No disqualification in a cage match.
Goes without saying, perfectly legal. And McChesney's going to be taught a lesson here.
Legal, but not very nice.
Sweeney has something else in mind. He thinks it's done. I don't know about this. It's going to take a lot to take care of McChesney. Drops him down face first with a gourd buster, but he does not have enough to follow through with the cover. Sweeney is significantly weakened here, trying to will himself to his feet.
I believe that's what you call a crimson mask there that he's wearing right over his face.
No doubt about it.
He's going for the escape.
Sweeney trying to climb up here.
I believe this is the first time Sweeney's actually attempted to escape the cage.
Referee Bobby Williams inside, Mark Steele on the outside, watching over the situation here. Can win these matches by escape, over the top, through the door, or pinfall or submission. That's the only way to win, and both of these men are on the top rope, and neither man really has their bearings about them. This could get very, very dangerous. Series of elbows by Sweeney to the top of the head. McChesney's reeling, and his head just got rammed into that steel bar at the top. Both men lost their balance. That's debatable who got the worst end of that, but both men are in pain.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I thought Sweeney was actually going to get...
10 minutes gone by, 10 minutes.
I thought Sweeney was actually going to get McChesney off the cage and give himself an opening. Unfortunately for Sweeney, McChesney crotched himself on that rope, which would have been good, except for he knocked Sweeney off as well.
Well, Sweeney still got the momentum in his favor here. Pile driver coming up. Sweeney's injured people with this in the past, but McChesney counters. TKO time, drives him down. This could be it.
Sweeney back to his feet.
And that was instinct right there to get back to his feet. Sweeney was no doubt out of it, and the super kick certainly put the exclamation point. And McChesney going to go up top here, going to try to escape, try to retain the Super Indy title. He is held now for the 4th time.
Now you'll see McChesney's climbing a little slower than he has previously, which tells you that it's taking its toll on him as well.
Oh, no doubt about that.
If he could get out of this ring, he would.
It's going to be tough to walk or climb the way he landed last time he was on that top rope. And McChesney, look at the blood just all over both of these men's bodies.
Now is McChesney's back opened up, or is that Sweeney's blood, or who knows?
That may be an opened up welt from that leather belt from Sweeney earlier. I believe that's what that is. And neither man has a good landing there either. I believe McChesney got the worst of it. And Sweeney's starting to stir.
Yeah, he's not getting up too quickly, though.
Oh, no doubt about it. Very slow to his feet. But he's still fighting through the blood loss. By this point in the original matchup, McChesney was firmly in control.
Here's your pile driver.
Pile driver! Compressing vertebrae. And Sweeney may be ready to capture his 2nd Super Indy title. He's not quite done yet.
See, at this point, you just want to escape the cage. What's he thinking?
This is going to be a mistake. He's woozy. He doesn't have the balance. He doesn't have the equilibrium.
He can barely climb. Look at him.
He doesn't have the speed. He knows he needs something big, but he's risking even more. 12, large elbow. He connected with it. How much did it take out of Sweeney? Lateral press, 2.5.
That's an instinctive kick out from McChesney. You see, other than the kick out, he still hasn't moved. He really hasn't moved since that pile driver.
Unbelievable. McChesney back to his feet here. And Sweeney again, face first.
Wait a minute. What is it?
Wait a second.
Is he tying?
He's got that leather belt again. He just tied Sweeney's ankle to the bottom ring cable. Sweeney's stuck. He can't do anything to stop this.
And now McChesney's climbing.
He's going to climb his way to victory. Wait, Sweeney, he's trying to unhook himself. Sweeney's right next to the door here. This could come down to a photo finish. Sweeney's going for the door. McChesney's trying to climb out.
McChesney
hits.
McChesney beat him just barely.
By a matter of seconds, McChesney edged out of the cage first. Sweeney thinks he won. I believe McChesney got down first.
I think so, too. I mean,
Ladies
Sweeney's hurt.
and gentlemen, the winner of this contest and still IWC